Hi and hello. Are you ready to talk more on Monday? In our Founder to Founder series, we spend time with female founders in a variety of industries to learn about their why, what they're building, and how they're creating spaces for others through their work. Today, we're spending time with Bo Turner, founder of Find. My name is Ariana Cruz, and I'm the owner of More. Here we work to make opportunities reachable for everyone by curating content to educate, inspire, and call you to action. Your call to action might look different compared to your friends, and that's okay. We want to meet you where you are. Together, we are finding ways to make opportunities reachable for everyone. Before we get into it, let's meet our guest. Bo Turner is the founder of Find and a marketing professional with a passion for connecting people. Originally adopted from China, Bo grew up in Terre Haute, Indiana, and now calls the Midwest her home. She brings a strong marketing background to her work, fueled by her marketing degree and MBA from Indiana State University. When she's not building Find, you can find Bo exploring the world with a preference of mountains over beaches, tending to her plant collection, indulging her love for all things miniature, and she also enjoys the simple pleasures of watching her husband cook, and then, of course, enjoying the fruits of his labor. A self proclaimed Marvel fan, definitely over DC, Bo embraces life with a sense of adventure and a love for the little things. The best and most free way to support more is to share this interview with a friend and subscribe to our channel. I mean, it's always more fun to seek more in good company, right? With that, let's talk more on Monday. Hi, Bo.
Hey.
Thank you so much for joining me this morning for Founder to Founder. I am super excited. You are kind of a serial entrepreneur at this point, and I know when we first met, you were in the food and events. You're still in events, but now we're looking at ways to connect. And since starting Find Indianapolis, especially as someone who is married, bringing connection for folks who are looking for love, what has that been like to be someone who has found yourself in this beautiful relationship and now looking to bring that to other people?
Yes, well, it's been a lot of fun. I really was able to it's been so much fun being able to just meet a bunch of different people, and me being married, it honestly kind of takes the pressure off a little bit. It's like I'm not going also because I am also looking for love, but I just really just love love. And I want a way to support my single friends, and they are awesome people. And just dating apps weren't their thing, or they were on it for a little bit, but everybody had similar complaints of not being able to follow through on a date, or just endlessly swiping. And I'm like, there's got to be a different way, or how are these other events happening? And I started doom scrolling, and I found these fun events in different big cities, like singles events, pitch a friend, and they looked like a lot of fun. And I was sending them to my friends, like, oh, does Indianapolis have anything like this? And they here and there once in a while would pop up, but have a consistent events for singles, I just didn't see it. So
yeah. I mean, some of your events, I think about the speed dating one, reminds me of early 2000s Hitch, when Will Smith is professing his love as they have 5 minutes to talk. I think it's so cool to be bringing that back, because I mean, meeting people in person used to be how you met. You met at work, you met at the water cooler, you met out the bar, and then we kind of, as technology became more of a thing, I know in college, pre-pandemic, I was already on the apps. That's how I met my husband. But then obviously as we were quarantined or more separated, that became the way to connect. And so now it cracks me up a little bit, because I've heard Gen Z say, oh, we should have a house phone that's just for the house. And I'm like, that is a landline. And so now we have this new wave, and folks who were part of meeting people in person or had heard their parents met at a bar or whatever, and now it's coming back. What has that been like to kind of be part of this, not movement, but this era where we are trying to find connection in person and getting off of meeting people online?
Yes. It, kind of, going back to the old school days, it's going retro, and it just, I think it's great for people that are good at meeting people in person too. We all
Mm-hmm.
have different personalities in the way that we connect. And some people, I'm the same way. My husband and I met on an app, and now we're married. But it just gives people that are more, that like talking, to have those interactions and feel the vibes, and it gives them an opportunity to be able to really shine in their light too.
Yeah.
Um, from Going from like online into having more of in-person experiences, it's been received very well.
Mm-hmm.
Our speed dating events, they sell out with 70, 80 people a
Oh,
lot of
wow.
times, depending on the venue capacity.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's a lot of people open and wanting to meet people in person, which just
That's
makes me
cool.
really happy. Whenever I first started, I wasn't sure, and are people going to be like
Right.
this? But it has been really good, and it's been fun trying to provide and think of different types of events for different types of people.
Mm-hmm.
So like speed dating is consistent, but also incorporating different activities and interests, like pickleball
Mm-hmm.
or pasta making, just to get people that have different interests that they can meet other singles, and provide a safe space too, that
Mm-hmm.
people know, like, oh, I'm very intentional. I want to put myself out there, and here are other singles that also want to meet other people too.
Jumping in with a brief intermission because I'm so excited to share that as the founder of More, I graduated college and joined the impressive alumni network of the Kelley School of Business in 2018. Since 1974, the Kelley School has been shaping business in Indianapolis. With robust academic programs, translational research that addresses grand challenges, and growth focused industry partnerships, Kelley Indianapolis is a vital driver in Central Indiana's talent and workforce development. As an alumna and now business owner, I continue to turn to Kelley Indianapolis for resources and to support students as they navigate their educations and pursue career pathways. Like others in the alumni network, we are proud to offer space for students to leverage new opportunities. The Kelley School of Business Indianapolis doesn't settle for average. They discover, they innovate, and they create business leaders who do the same. That's what makes Kelley Indy's Business School for 50 years and counting. Head to kelly.indianapolis.iu.edu to learn more. With that, let's get back to our founders. Yeah, and I think I love how much when you hosted the Pitch a Single Friend event, you asked people to list out like what your hard stops were, what your big green flags were. Like it, how do I say this? Like it cut to the chase
Mm-hmm.
because I think we're also in this time where people want to be upfront with what they're looking for in a person. Not to say that they don't want to waste time, but we're in this space of being authentically ourselves, being upfront about who we are and what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that part is really cool because then that takes almost another level of pressure off where
Yeah.
when you are at a speed dating event, you aren't worried like, how will I meet someone? How will I start a conversation? Because you're there for that purpose, which I think is really cool and already sets a different level of intention than just going out Friday, throwing spaghetti at a wall, trying to find love. We're rolling this out in February, month of love, and you love love. You also are creating connection because today you have an event with We Walk Indie, and that's meant to foster friendships and just get people out to meet because I'm realizing as I get closer to 30, it's not as easy to make friends or meet people because people are starting to settle down into their lives and their routines and different things like that. So, what encouraged you to add that component in of friendship in addition to love connections?
Yeah, it's when I first started Find, I really wanted to keep it kind of generic with not having like something with love or dating into the title, and
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to keep it open so it could be like find love, find friends.
Mm-hmm.
um, and that's really what the business is kind of stood on, is like just making connections and finding your community.
Mm-hmm.
Dating was like the first thing that we kind of started with,
Yeah.
but I really do love friends, and friends mean so much to me. Like
Mm-hmm.
I love my chosen family and my
Mm-hmm.
friendships, and just being able to meet other people that I wouldn't, see on like Bumble BFF, or
Yeah.
just doing those different avenues. It's been a lot of fun. It's been really great working with Casey and We Walk, and just the other like community and friend events that are offered around Indy, because they are doing a killer job.
Mm-hmm.
I just love these ladies and just being able to meet them.
That's amazing. I think we take for granted like our chosen family sometimes, And when you move to a new city, or maybe when you go through some kind of life change, it can sometimes feel like you're starting over. And so I love that you're fostering all these different ways for people to connect in whatever way they're looking to connect.
Yes, and it's been nice because people are, especially my friends, and just we are in different life stages as
Mm-hmm.
well, and some of us are in different life stages than others. But then that, how do we find other people that can relate to us if
Mm-hmm.
you've had kids or you're not, or you just moved here,
Mm-hmm.
and that's been really fun. And sometimes we are able to like during our events, we also incorporate technology into it. So we're able to match people on some sort of compatibility.
Oh,
So you're not
cool.
just blindly going in and, kind of similar, like just seeing who's there and things. So that some
Right.
people have some core interests or
Mm-hmm.
values that you also have.
That's awesome. And I mean, speaking of interest, you have an array of events that touch on different things. Like you have the trivia night.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about pasta making earlier, and it's not to ask you to be an expert in all these different categories and different networks of people, but what has that been like to approach this, wanting to create connection, authentic connection in all of these different interests?
Well, yes, I agree. I've from my entrepreneurial journey, I've definitely found out I'm not the expert in everything. So it's been fun to be able to partner with people that are like, that's what they do. So
Mm-hmm.
being able to partner with the Quizler, and he runs the trivia night. So it's been nice to give people, especially the dating event, something different format, but being able to run like having different business owners around Indianapolis run the trivia night, run pasta making. We're having a wine tasting coming up this month,
Oh,
so it's
fun.
like partnering with those people that's their bread and butter and their whole life. So it's been fun trying to just think of things that I want to go to, and I also love to ask audience and followers on
Mm-hmm.
what they like to do. It's something I always ask whenever I have like a break time during an event, like, oh, what do you do for fun? And a lot of people have been saying games, and I'm like, oh, that sounds. I like playing games, so trying to figure out how I can find like a game person to be able to offer that activity.
That is so fun because then you're getting that real time feedback to pour back into all of the people who are there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think sometimes, especially when you're hosting an event, it can be hard to think about the right now, what to do later, and what are people thinking while they're here. And I think
Mm-hmm.
you've done such a great job with that.
Oh,
Just huge kudos to you. I was at your Picture Single Friend event, the first one,
yeah.
and there was a survey. Like you had a lot covered, which was incredible because again, first time doing it, but it's not your first time doing events because you used to host those events, but in food.
Yes, that was a stressful time. I'm so glad I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, you found something for you too.
Yes, I found something.
Find Indianapolis is everything.
It is a full circle business. But yeah, it's going from trying to host like food truck festivals
Mm-hmm.
with we need hundreds of people there
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes thousands to be able to have like an event with 40 to 100 people is a lot. It's still a lot of pressure,
Mm-hmm.
but it is it's been fun to get that like immediate feedback and
Yeah.
go from planning to hosting that night
Mm-hmm.
to then seeing the feedback and getting also people's feedback if they've met somebody during an event.
Yeah.
During the Pitch a Single Friend, one of my friends, Hayden, he met a girl that he's still talking to now.
I
So
love that.
I just love
That's
hearing
so
the love
fun.
stories.
Yeah, no kidding. So I mean, let's talk about that event a little bit because you're doing something that hasn't been consistently programmed in Indianapolis. What was it like bringing that to life here? Because I think you'd mentioned you talked to a couple of other cities who were doing similar things. So what was it like to do something that had not been done in the city yet that was going to be lifetime? Are people showing up or not?
Yeah. Oh, it was a lot of fun. I kind of like with this different cities. Um, Work with a company out in Los Angeles. I actually like licensed their speed dating software,
Oh, cool.
and it's been fun being able to just like they're also like mentors in the sense
Mm-hmm.
of they are provide guidance, and if we have any questions they're happy to kind of answer it. But they really wanted me to make sure this is like my own event because I
Mm-hmm.
was like, how do I do this? They're like, just figure it out, like you'll be fine. And so it's been fun being able to lean on them, but also making sure that I mean, they're also really good at like making sure that I do my own thing and
Yeah.
like put my own spin on it. But it was a lot of fun, very scary. I was like, I hope people show up. My goal was to get 75 people there that night. I was like, if I can get
Out of the
75
water.
people, I will be happy. And then tickets just kept coming in, and then at the very end, we had over 200 tickets sold for the
Mm-hmm.
event. In the audience, there's definitely over like 180 people there. So it was way more than I expected, and I'm so grateful for it. People are standing outside, like standing and sitting,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just so excited to bring this back again.
Yeah, it was so fun, and the energy again was just so, I want to say, alive, but like it was people who were in committed relationships, supporting their friends, and also just like showing up for each other, because it can be really scary to put yourself out there in front of a lot of people. And so
Yes.
I loved the sense of community that was there, and truly just cheering everyone on to find love. Like
Mm-hmm.
that part I think is so cool, and to see it in real time, I just love people, and I
Yeah.
love when people cheer each other on. So that was just really special. And again, congratulations, because that was a huge feat. I mean, like doubled, almost tripled how many people came with what your goal was. So that's amazing. Maybe not tripled. Math is not my strong suit,
It's okay.
but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. It was amazing. Um, so as you continue this programming, what advice would you have to somebody coming to one of your events for the first time as they're looking to find whatever they want to find?
Yes. The best part about a lot of these events is that this is the first time a lot of people have even been to these events in general.
Mm-hmm.
We do have like some people that kind of come back when they start one, they date
Mm-hmm.
a little bit, maybe come back later on, but it is really fun to see all the new faces. So
Mm-hmm.
just knowing that a bunch of people are also doing this for the first time.
Yeah.
I know it's a nervous thing to put yourself out there. I
Right.
mean, you're going to be talking, meeting a lot of different people at once. So having an open mindset of I'm here to make connections, practice dating,
Mm-hmm.
practice talking to people,
Yeah.
see what you like and what you don't like,
Mm-hmm.
because you're able to meet all different types of personalities at once. And who knows, like you might meet somebody that you never thought that you wanted to like that was your type perhaps.
Right.
But yeah, I would say just having an open mind,
Mm-hmm.
remember that everybody else is in your same shoes and
Mm-hmm.
position, and that you're all here with similar intentions of wanting to put yourself out there and meet somebody and find love.
I love that. I love that so much. How can our community stay involved and up to date with everything that you're doing?
You can find us on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok at Find Indianapolis. Also, our website, findindianapolis.com. And you can always buy tickets on our website or Eventbrite. But yeah, social is where we release all of our events.
Mm-hmm.
Social gives more information on what the event is like.
Mm-hmm.
And then all tickets are on Eventbrite. So
Okay. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining this morning. I'm excited to dig deeper in a little bit with you, but this has been so fun. Thank you for what you're doing for the community.
of course, thanks for having me on.